Hello everyone, we're Outside Xbox and this is Show of the Week. I'm Andy.
And I'm Mike, and this week I've been getting to grips with the terrifying bat in Injustice Gods Among Us.
While I've been getting to grips with the terrifying bat in Dead Island Riptide.
Ah, brilliant. Simply brilliant.
Can you still use that to play baseball?
The rules are unclear on the subject.
Anyway, isn't Dead Island Riptide supposed to be rubbish?
Well...
We're all in the same boat here, and as far as I can tell, this son of a bitch is sinking.
If you played the original Dead Island, you'll know exactly what to expect. You and up to 3 friends, on an island, doing fetch quests and hitting zombies to make numbers come out of them. On paper, it shouldn't work. It's plagued by bugs, suffers from terrible slowdown, and is full of dull missions, unlikable characters, and really, really terrible accents.
We must feast on your flesh to ensure the future of the human race!
But for all its failings, the game is still fun when played with friends. Turns out it's almost impossible not to enjoy yourself in an open-world 4-player zombie apocalypse fueled by limb-severing ragdolly brawling. Since Riptide is mostly a tidier do-over of the first game, it's a fine place for newcomers to join the series. The 4 original survivors plus newbie John Morgan are shipwrecked on a second tropical island just as infected as the first.
Right now you need to move.
There are boats and weather now, but Riptide fundamentally plays the same as Game 1. Veterans of the first game won't find much in the way of novelty.
Some damage.
The first-person combat is still inelegant, but on the other hand, the crafting system's weapon mods are brilliant nonsense. Where else can you make a flaming shillelagh or an axe that makes zombies throw up? You can also run zombies over in those boats. And in cars.
Yeah, let's see you get up now.
And, okay, this is just a different kind of car.
Die, for Christ's sake!
See what I mean? Dead Island Riptide. Mostly broken, lots of fun. Right, did that clarify things for you?
It clarified that I could really do with a vacation. Did you see the colour of that water?
Yeah, I don't think that was
And
really
those
the point.
white sand beaches. I'm out of here. I'll be back in like 2 weeks.
No,
Can you
can't.
feed my cat?
You can't because
Thanks.
we're in the middle of the show. Brilliant. Perfect. Video games. I'll be right back.
Hey, I thought you and Mike were doing Show of the Week in the studio.
Yeah, we were, and then Mike saw a vacation at Video Game, decided to go on holiday for 2 weeks.
What? I thought most video game vacations are enough to put you off the concept for life.
We're here. At first, the idyllic town of Bright Falls, Washington seems like the perfect place for a retreat from struggling with writer's block. And with a name like Bright Falls, the chances that this town is hiding a dark secret are practically zero.
Alice! My wife is missing.
Ah, right. You see, what's happened here is that the dark presence contained within Cauldron Lake has kidnapped Alan's wife and is turning his writing into reality, infesting the town with the haunted products of his fictional manuscript. It's a problem that could have been solved if only he'd written a novel about 2 weeks at a 4-star resort in Mauritius. If you're keen to find yourself in Southeast Asia, you might consider a backpacking trip through the lush, verdant rainforest of Let's Go Jungle's island of Spice. It wasn't always this stunning though. Suffering the ravages of war, it was only when scientists discovered a special mushroom that causes accelerated biological growth that the jungle could be restored to its former glory. Unfortunately, we all know what accelerated biological growth is scientific longhand for. That's right, giant spiders. Still, it might be worth considering if, like heroes Ben and Nora, your relationship is on the rocks. High-pressure situations often bring couples together, and the game handily provides a co-op compatibility rating at the end of every session. Though we should point out the secret to true happiness seems to be less based on mutual interests, physical attraction and a shared sense of humour, and more based on avoiding car accidents. As the complete package holiday, a cruise to the exotic Dragon's Triangle should free you from all stress and responsibility. That is, assuming you don't end up shipwrecked on the island of Yamatai, at which point the whole thing takes a distinctly extreme tourism turn.
Run, you bastards! I'm coming for you!
Still, if growing into a strong, confident female lead is on your bucket list, you're not going to get that from a wave pool and nightly cabaret shows. And besides, we're willing to bet even the events of Tomb Raider are nowhere near as traumatic as an outbreak of norovirus on a cruise ship. You might think the worst thing about a holiday to Far Cry 3's Rook Island is the fact almost every bit of wildlife has a taste for human blood. You might think it's the drug subculture that's so pervasive it means almost everyone on the island is stoned out of their tree.
You'll like where this will take you.
You might even think it's the fact the entire place is infested with psychotic pirates who will kidnap unwary tourists and gleefully torture them. But you'd be wrong. No, the real reason is that your peace will likely be shattered by a bunch of obnoxious spring break bros having a noisy dubstep beach party mere meters from your sun lounger. Look, just f*** off back to Magaluf, will you?
I want to go home.
Even in spite of Dubai's habit of adding extra stars to its hotel ratings, you'd expect to stay in the opulent, probably 8-star Oasis hotel to be the epitome of luxury. What you wouldn't expect is a shootout in the lobby, a shootout in the lifts, and a shootout in the bar. Oh, and we're not sure how much a hanged Russian terrorist does for the decor either. It's even worse than that Paris City break we went on.
Yeah, there's always one bad review on TripAdvisor though, it's probably just overreacting.
Yeah, maybe. Comment section?
Yeah, go on. Let's start with last week's Injustice themed show and our needlessly inflammatory Marvel vs DC pot stirring. Dead Island says, would say DC is better and would say Superman would win. I mean, look at his name, Superman.
Good point. While I counters your argument about Superman having a dog in a cape with the fact that Batman has a dog in a mask.
Is that mask really necessary? Does a dog need a secret identity?
Hey, that could be any dog. Next on Mike's FIFA 14 preview, Game Glider has spotted a missing feature that he'd like included in the next game. They have to add a feature that lets you actually fight the ref.
While Exilasmos lets his feelings be known like so. EA Sports, he says, only the E is a euro sign and the S is a dollar sign.
Yeah, I see.
Could have made that last S a dollar sign as well for maximum satire.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity.
Next up, in response to all the things we said we don't want in Warner Montreal's Batman Arkham Origins, including the Joker, Warner Montreal leaked some artwork for the game, which was picked up by CVG, which included the Joker. Thanks, guys.
I don't think that was in response to your video. I think it was more of a coincidence.
The day after the video went live, come on, Jane, it's a power play. We're on to you, Warner Montreal.
Meanwhile, Jim Raynor spotted a Wilhelm scream in the latest trailer for Call of Juarez Gunslinger.
Why do people put that scream in everything?
It's tradition, it's custom, it's an in-joke, makes things more cinematic. Like so. Right?
Yeah, no, you're right, that was good. I've got to go and do something to Mike's cat. I forget exactly what he says.
Free it?
Yeah, that was probably it.
Okay.
Postcard.
Dear Andy, having a wonderful time on Palanoi. Locals are very friendly, a little too friendly actually, and bitey. Be sure to thank everyone for watching Show the Week and tell them they can get in touch with us on Twitter at OutsideXbox or on Facebook at facebook.com/OutsideXbox. Mustache, someone's banging on the door. It's probably the concierge with my towels. And there goes the window. He is keen. Bye.